I really wanted to like Code Vein, and I did for a while. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Also, you might have to stop talking just while we're doing this little review here. Is there even an option for that? Yeah, that's better. So, Code Vein is basically anime Dark Souls, except with none of the polish. It just doesn't feel as good to play as any of the Souls games I've played on this console. Like, I think if I'd played this before I played through the Surge 2 recently, I'd probably be a lot more favourable to it. But it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel as precise as those games. Like, you've got a variety of dodging, blocking, and parrying systems, but none of them really feel good to use. Like, your roll doesn't have any invincibility frames. Enemy attacks often come out quicker than you can chain two rolls together, so you'll just get hit. Enemy attacks do ridiculous amounts of damage. The parrying system was never properly explained, so I don't know if you have to block the attack when it hits you when you're flashing, or when you're actually doing the animation. I've sometimes done different timing for the same attack, and had it parry, or not parry, with no consistency. And I did enjoy the first couple of areas of this game. We have been up there. Until I got to this area, which is... I use the key here. It's a maze, basically. It's just a labyrinth of doors, corridors, and towers. And none of it feels good to explore. And all the bad guys here do about a third of your health bar in a single hit. Luckily I've been able to upgrade my weapons so I actually deal a good amount of damage to them now, but there's often way too many particle effects on screen between you and your partner's attacks to be able to properly follow what's going on. The entire backstab mechanic requires you to stand behind an enemy and press the light attack button, and where you have to stand changes dramatically. Sometimes you'll be behind an enemy, it doesn't trigger, no real reason why. Sometimes you won't be behind an enemy and you'll backstab someone, for no real reason why. It just doesn't feel good to play. That's what it comes down to. And honestly, it's just been that this level has drawn out all of the game's flaws, because it is just a horrendously designed mess trying to find your way through this level and not die horribly and then try to figure out where the hell you went to get there. Which is a shame, because there are mechanics in here that make it easy to get around. Like, I like the trail of dots on the radar that let you easily see where you've been and where you need to go on the other maps. But because this one is multiple layers and levels, even when you fill the map, that map is completely worthless here. Because sometimes you're going to have to go up and drop down, and sometimes you're going to have to go down and climb ladders up. And none of it is easy to map. None of it's easy to follow as to where you've been and where you need to go. Like, this just feels like Anor Londo, except 3 times as long and not as fun, or as well designed. And it put me off playing the game any further, really. You can play it in co-op. You can invite people to your game using passwords. And similarly to Bloodborne or Dark Souls, if you get to a boss and beat it, then you have to go and you have to... once you beat a boss, you start over again, kind of thing. Or you have to start your co-op session again. Because each of you has to beat the boss and then come back to it. Okay, that's how you get that treasure chest. The inventory system is kind of a nuisance as well. Like, the screens just look messy and are hard to parse what's going on. Your equipment is basically limited to 2 weapons and a piece of armour that is also a weapon. And just look at this. Like, it's wanting to be Dark Souls. And like Dark Souls, it's pretty much incomprehensible to a standard person. Like, there's 3 physical defenses and 4 magic defenses, and weapons do different amounts of them, but I mean, you've no idea what your enemies are using. Like, some of them have got magic attacks, can't really tell what magic it is. Again, a lot of this is just explained to the fact that I'm bad at video games, etc, etc. Crucially, I just haven't had fun playing this since the first couple of hours. And if you're not having fun with it, why bother playing it? Like, if someone else I know gets it in the new year in the sales, I'd probably join it to do some co-op with them and have fun with them. But I just don't see myself wanting to play this anymore on my own. So, Seedge says, not for me, buying a sale, kind of both, honestly. Like, if you want to play a good Souls game, buy the Surge 2. Or, you know, all the Souls games.